Hey everybody, we're going to call this the Lunchtime Laydown. I got the Spellcaster's Tarot deck here and I've already shuffled them. I'm going to do a cut for you. In this Lunchtime Laydown, just it'll probably be late afternoon before you see it. So bear that in mind. It takes a couple hours to upload. On the bottom of the deck, underlying energy, Six of Pentacles. So solid creator, power, influence. In the reverse can sometimes be a little purse proud. I always bring up reversals when it's coming from the bottom of the deck, I guess, because, there you go. So an underlying energy is feeling like in your power, sure and confident in yourself. Sort of open to the mysteries of life, generous with others and to small animals, even squirrels. Again, this is general energy, so some of it may apply to you, some of it may not. Take what resonates with your own personal inner balance, and leave the rest. If you're applying it to questions you have outside of yourself, again, think about how that balance relates to you and how to balance the situation you find yourself in. Peace and harmony come through truthful interactions, through respect and trust earned and given on both sides of things. So Six of Pentacles is all about being in that solid creator state, and we'll keep that over there as our underlying energy. What's our current energy? Ten of Swords. So there's maybe some energy of defeat you're feeling, or that's inside. You may have recently come to a conclusion about something. These cards fell out during the shuffle, so we'll take a look at them in a second. You may have recently come to the conclusion of something, cut off an idea, cut off a situation outside of yourself. It may be a seasonal change. Maybe you're going from one job to another, or one part of the country to the other. Who knows? Ten of Swords underlying it. These two cards coming out to provide some clarification. So this is maybe related to an old situation, an old idea, something that was nostalgic. Maybe you're digging deep and pulling crap out of your childhood that affects your internal life and thus your external life here at this point. And by pulling that stuff out, digging it out of the sand, if you will, and ending those kinds of patterns or old ways. Walking away from them is our other clarifier here with the Eight of Cups. So leaving illusions behind, really being truthful and honest with yourself so you can be truthful and honest with others and accept their truth and their honesty. When people feel the need to hide themselves or they're not vulnerable enough, that in and of itself can create a lot of hazards and problems interacting. And another card comes out, Ace of Wands. So there's a rush and a vigor for whatever this change is that's coming, this death of idea or what you're mulling about in your head right now. If you're, like on the fence about stopping it, might be this is the advice you need to stop it, or you're holding on to it because it's nostalgic, because you feel like letting go of it, you have to walk away from everything. Have that rush and vigor for it. There's new things coming in, there's new sun shining, or maybe that sun is shining on something you've been thinking about from the past that appeared like an illusion you walked away from. And that sun is shining the light of truth on whatever that situation is. You got more information about it, either on how you acted or how people responded to your actions, or really what they were hiding even. Who knows if it's outside of you. This may be a work situation that's coming to light and it results in a change, and it may feel like, oh crap, now I gotta move to the other side of the building, but it works out being fine in the end. There's the new rush and a vigor for that current energy, and the sunshine's coming in. So what's coming in for this lunchtime laydown that may be a late afternoon break by the time the video uploads? Six of Wands and the Six of Swords, and another six up here. So this is usually indication, three sixes of a person. So this may be you as a person, this may be a person outside of you. With the Six of Wands, there's a conquest and a triumph. You can see this person's elevated above others. They've got a lot of worshipers and followers, and what else is coming in is this victory with a journey and a toil and success at the end. So this may be a person gathering up friends or colleagues, in putting on a plan to follow, and then taking the journey. Maybe they're drawing straws to see who's going to go on this journey with these, whatever the sacred item is that this person's delivering. You can see it's almost like the hermits running the boat there. So maybe it's just, messages with wands to different folks who's interested on this trip or journey, going from there. And this the presentation, the underlying energy for all of this is an Empress energy. So the Mother Creator, the one who has the power to bring things into reality, in that sense, give birth to new ideas. Grounded energy, not flaky at all, ready to do battle, defend, dress up and go out to a ball, handle the animals on the farm, grow flowers and vegetables, like whatever it might be. The Empress has got it all together, and so that's the underlying energy. And this Empress may be the one who's trying to find a person, and again, no gender on this Empress, it's just the Empress card, right? This person might be trying to find people to go with them on this journey to accomplish whatever the task is. Let's get some clarification on this task coming in, this journey. Two of Swords is balance for us, pleasure after pain. So again, we're not getting any clarification on what kind of journey it is, what's the outcome on this journey. Chariot, so whatever it is, there's going to be somebody who comes along to go on it, and there's going to be movement and success towards an outcome that has some level of defeat, or this may be this Five of Swords, might be the toil related to it. Like in the middle of the journey, you realize, like, holy cow, somebody's trying to carjack us, or I lost my wallet, forgot my passport, whatever it might be. It's Memorial Day weekend, so it could just be like a big giant ass traffic jam that holds you up, and you get to the campground late and you can't get a campground, site or something like that. Clarification on this Five of Swords, I got 3 cards coming out. So Wheel of Fortune could be positive or negative. 8 of Wands, which is about a force, in the Emperor. So, maybe it's a traffic jam thing. Maybe you're on the road and there's just this fucking crazy traffic jam that goes on forever, and there's this dude, an emperor or empress, if energy, again, gender doesn't matter here, but this person who's just like a big doofus who's like making matters worse by being an oppressive force. What's on the other side of this wheel? That's probably an illusionary thought then, I guess. There's a lot of options and choices for how the toil occurs on this journey, but again, there's success predicted in the end. So let's connect this to this other energy, King of Swords. So balanced, or wary, just caution, controlled. So being cautious and controlled will probably get you through the traffic jam. I don't know why I'm so stuck on that. 3 of Cups. Abundance, happiness, and mirth as a result of that caution, control behavior on whatever the multiple options are. It may not be an oppressive driver in a traffic jam Memorial Day weekend, but I don't know, that one cracks me up for some reason. So happiness and abundance, mirth, maybe hanging out with your friends for the weekend by not getting stuck in this oppressive force. Maybe that's all this is. Ace of Pentacles. Could be some work thing. It could be, like going on an inner journey and you're looking to take like your childhood friend with you. Death, transformation is the end result over here, connecting this to this current energy. And this Knight of Pentacles is all about a heavy, dull, methodical approach. So that seems better than like responding to oppressive forces and creating maybe too many options or ruining options. And limiting the wheel. What's unknown related to all of this strangeness? 7 of Swords, so there's some unstable effort or complaining or partial success aspect that's unknown to this whole thing. It could be like, again, if you're going somewhere for the weekend, it could be one of those deals where you forget to bring snacks, and everybody gets real hungry and they're stuck in a traffic jam, and bam, everybody's complaining and whining, and somebody's got like a candy bar in the back seat. They're sneaking while everybody else is asleep, trying to deal with their own complainingness. This could also relate to, like unstable efforts you have yourself related to this journey and toil. And those unstable efforts that you don't recognize in yourself may create the strife and the toil, which and what appears to be some sort of journey with at least another person. Any clarification on this? The magician, so like looking inside, transforming energy, making the outcomes you want to get to, might be a solution if you encounter some sort of you start to encounter complaining. There may be some underlying aspect of the agreement that is being violated and or changed, or you may not feel comfortable with what you're doing for yourself or with others, and so you need to use that magician energy when you recognize complaining to maybe draw out details of an unknown situation, again, inside yourself or outside. Any other clarification? Two of Cups. Two of Cups, so this might relate to your own inner balance, your masculine and feminine side. And by doing that, you can have more harmony and mirth. It may relate to a love situation where harmony and mirth is needed. It may relate to a work situation in some fashion where harmony and mirth is needed to get things moving along and stop that complaining thing. So I'd say what's unknown to you is there's somebody who's probably kind of unhappy in your midst. It might be you, it might be somebody else, but look for that complaining as a sign to identify that what's unknown situation, and then use your magician powers to change it into more of a happy set of circumstances, and you'll find justice when that unknown situation comes up. And again, that could relate to anything. Who knows what it's related to? Is it connect to the current energy? So it connects to the current energy with a movement by a Knight of Cups here. So this death idea of a nostalgia, letting something go, this change and movement, that'll put you in this happy poetic place, and then you may encounter a complaining energy in yourself, or again outside yourself, and that's when this magician power comes in to create the happiness, mirth, and get the real justice out of this, whatever this unknown situation is or set of circumstances. And again, this just could all be stuff you have inside yourself. It could relate back to this transformation occurring over here on this other side of death. Let's get a final outcome card. High Priestess, so seek your inner knowledge and your higher wisdom. Find your true purpose there, in a sense. Cut off things that don't serve you, that lead to destruction, or situations where you always have people complaining around you. Seven of Wands says that will get you to the conquest and triumph that you want. And with the Knight of Wands, movement, generosity, with a caution that this Knight of Wands can also move impetuously. And impetuousness seemed to be a hazard on this side somewhere. Let's get one more card because I'm drawn for that. King of Wands. Yeah, sort of following that advice, avoiding impetuousness will move you from that knight state of Wands to this King of Wands, where you're steady and reliable, you get the victory. And it's all about that inner wisdom to cut off old ideas, old ways of thinking, nostalgic things that don't serve you, illusionary aspects, and that rush and vigor you get will make you more poetic with yourself, and maybe identify some negative thought pattern or idea you're having that creates complaints inside you that's unknown to you but somehow connected to this transformation. And again, that could be situations inside or out. You one more card because I like cards. Three of Wands, realizing hope. So again, seems to be good solid advice there to get you to where you want to be in a balanced state. And card on the bottom of the deck is Judgment. So let's take a look here. So Judgment is going to relate to some sort of absence or heartache or interrupt, so you may have to take a pause to figure this stuff out. And then messages related to material gain, being heavy, dull, methodical, and cutting off what doesn't serve you. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great afternoon.